All right, all right, all right. Oh, man. Jump on into bed. All right. Well, what a week. What a week. Okay, so last time we did one of these was on a Thursday, maybe a Wednesday, but whatever it's been a weekend and the start to a new week. And so I think it's time for a review. So here's the review of the week and kind of the progress and what we've been doing. And I gotta say, it was a fun week. Okay, so networking is the whole name of the game. I've learned that networking will bring me to the furthest places if I do it as much as possible. And so I've been talking to all these people. You know how many jobs I've applied to? 3. It's not the way to do it. It's not the way to do it. Every time that I've ever asked someone, hey, how did you get this job? Oh, I knew this guy named Zach and he helped me. Like, that is what's going to help you get a new job. And I mean, I've seen it. I've seen the struggles of people that are desperately in need of a job. And so they're applying to hundreds of jobs. And like, yes, like you cast a big enough net, like you actually grind it out. I'm not saying that applications don't work. I'm just saying that at least in commercial real estate in Miami, it's a small circle. It's realistically not that huge of a circle. And everybody knows somebody that can help somebody. And so that's the name of the game at the end of the day. That is the name of the whole entire game, is just knowing the right person. Because regardless, doing deals in real estate relies on knowing the right people. You know the right lenders, and you have the right. It's all relationships. That's all life is relationships. That's all we have. There's technology this, technology that, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the people interacting with one another through whatever medium of technology. We could start at the networking event, right? So hit the gym in the early day, kind of send out a couple messages, and then we go to this networking event. 6:30. I'm dressed to the nines, dressed to the absolute tits, full suit. Probably looked about the same as I did in the first video. And I get there, and I walk up, and I'm like, before I even get out of my car, I'm like, all right, I gotta take off the tie. The tie is too much, so we'll take off the tie. Even then, the blazer was a little bit too much, so I went back to the car, I threw that back. And now we're just posted in a regular old shirt, but like a nice shirt, obviously. And we're looked the part. That was definitely the move. The blazer was not the move. And so, anyways, I'm talking to anybody and everybody that will talk to me, and I love that. Like, just going up to people and saying, hey, my name's Brad, like, what do you do? And they're like, I do private equity development. I'm like, oh my God, I should be talking to you. You know, like every single person that you meet in one of those, in one way or another, can vastly help you out. It's just a matter of, do you actually follow up on the conversation, and is there actual like value proposition for them in your life? And that's kind of blunt about it, but I mean, certain people are much more valuable to you to have in your life than others. And that goes with everything. But anytime that you're having a conversation with like a more senior level person, you are asking time of them. Like, you may provide something in like emotional friendship and partnership, but like you at that time have no value for them as compared to what they have for you. There's a power imbalance, and so you have to make up for that by making it worth their time, having an enjoyable conversation. I had a coffee with a guy today, and he's 6 years older than me, kind of was in a similar spot to me, one, growing up, but then also just like in his career. And then now he's definitely figured it out. He's a financial analyst, reporting to the CFO at a fucking solid development company. And that would be where I'd be looking to end up in about 6 years or so. That'd be sick. And he's telling me all of this advice about just where I should be, but then also just making friends with the guy. The way we went into it was, you have your small talk, and don't skip past the small talk, because the small talk is really important, because it's the dance between humans where we're figuring each other out. Like, you'll go into a direction, you'll get into a conversation. Don't rush it. You don't need to, because it'll come. That's what you're there for. But you have to kind of float around, and like, I'm getting breakfast with the CEO. I am really excited to just sit down with the man, and I am going to find parts of my grandfather in him that I can emotionally attach to and that he can emotionally bond with. And that's the end of the day. Like, you gotta be interesting at the end of the day. Like, dude, like, there's so many people. That statistic out there was crazy. 40% of all 2025 graduates don't have a job. How many of those are trying to do commercial real estate in Miami? Oh, like, everybody, because everybody's rich dad did commercial real estate in Miami. And you're like, okay, well, his son drives a fucking G-Wagon to school. His son drives a Rolls. Like, his son drives a Pagani. Like, brother, I want my kid to drive a Pagani. Do you want your kid to drive a Pagani? Because I want my kid to drive a fucking Pagani. So that'd be sick. That'd be sick. You know how much you can do with a fucking Pagani? And the thing is those are just measures of wealth. Like, at the end of the day, that's a measure of wealth, right? It's $2 million, what it is, right? Think about how much you could do for $2 million. How many jerseys and cleats can you supply a village in Africa for them to be able to host their own soccer league? Like, dude, they could literally come up off of that into an entire soccer league, but just give them the basic tools that they need. Like, I mean, you can do so much with money, and that's why I think it's so fascinating. I think that people get it wrong in terms of, like, what you can do with money. Because yes, there's cars, there's boats, there's yachts. I want them too. But the good, oh my god, dude, the good that you can do with such a little amount of money, so crazy. You can change people's lives. Like, you know how much $1,000 would drastically help so many people? Like, how much having like $1,000, how much they would be able to do and get into a better situation because of that $1,000. And then to some people, $1,000 is nothing to sneeze at. Like, it's crazy the different levels of wealth and the inequality between quality of life between those. And so I think that when you have more, you can give more to bring more with you. And what I mean by that is, like, you can make people's lives better with money. You can make people's lives worse with money as well. But at the end of the day, you need it to live in a house. What else are you going to do? What else are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, you need to eat and you need to drink. And realistically, if I had no money, I don't know where I would eat and drink. Because you couldn't go to Whole Foods because that shit's expensive. Like, if you have no money, dude, like, what are you going to do? You're going to die? No, you rely on your connections. You rely on the people around you. We're all just here in a big blob. And we're probably not going to die until natural causes or some crazy unnatural cause. But at the end of the day, we don't die of starvation and thirst. So we'll be around. That's why I quit my job. What am I going to fucking do? Die? Okay, so after this networking event, meeting and talking to everybody, I meet a lot of different people in exactly what I'm trying to do, but in different ways. And so everybody has a different job title, everybody has a different company that's doing something different. And so you just have to map where you actually want to go to the people that you're talking to. And sometimes you're going to like something more because you just like the person that you're talking to about it more, and they actually interest you in it. You got to find people that interest you in what you want to do because you have to learn about it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about out there. I do know what I'm talking about out there in the sense that, like, I've been in and around real estate for the past 5 years, but in terms of the deep specifics of it, I haven't done that job. And it's the job that they're doing that they're telling me about. And you kind of learn how to do it just by talking to them and what they're doing and applying your own critical thinking into how you would do that job. That's the big thing. So I didn't really explain my weekend very much. I went on a huge tangent. I wanted to stop the video and just get back down to business. So we went to the networking event. We're all talking. I end up with these 5 guys that are all probably 28, 29, and at that level of real estate in their respective developments and like loan originations and that sort of thing. And so we end up going out to the Spanish bar, and it is like a bar that I've never seen before. It's out in Wynwood, and there's literally only like only women in this bar. And so we go there and we're getting drinks. I'm drinking water because, one, you should drink water when you're networking. You should have like one drink maybe, but then also I was driving. And so I had driven one of the guys to this event. Loud car, like it was fun. And so just creating relationships, extending your hand like that is really important. Saying, hey, do you want to ride in my car? It's fun. And he's like, oh, yeah, I will do that. And then we get to the same place and we have this whole deeper conversation, this deeper connection. And so, anyways, we get to the place and I am singing Spanish, and I don't even know Spanish, but they got subtitles. And so I'm singing Spanish words like I am the singer himself, and just shaking hands. Like, you're just having a good time with these guys, and it's awesome. Like, meeting new people is so much fun when it goes well, and generally goes well. So anyways, we go to that bar, then we go to the next bar, Negroni, and this cool like night vibe, and we were talking about golf there, like chopping it up. I had some friends that were going to 11 Thursday night, but I guess I'm unemployed, and so they were coming in actually from Germany. So all right, well, I'll go see you guys. And so I convince all of us to go to 11 somehow, and somehow they all don't have their IDs. Like 2 guys out of the 4 that ended up going to 11 had like only pictures of their IDs, and so they're like, nah, they're not letting in. So it was only me and one guy. But I mean, dude, we had a ridiculous night. I had to wake up and go and drive to Doral at 8 in the morning for our tea time. And so I had to wake up so early, and I get there and I'm like, yo, like, is there any food? And he blesses me. Nuke down the bagel. I feel fantastic. I'm on my game. Get up to the first tee. Outdrive the kid. Playing at Trump National. Outdrive him. I felt like the man himself. Because you can totally go up there and duff it, but I did not. So the rest of the match didn't even matter. No, but we had a great time playing Trump. And he's like, dude, yeah, I know this guy in loan originations. Like, you should talk to him. Like, that's how you move. I don't know. It's about meeting people in person. And anyways, I just had a banger golf day. It's fantastic. And then, anyways, I go home finally after being out in the sun all day. And like, I just take a shower and I lock in because it's Friday afternoon, dude. It's prime time. That's absolute prime time. And so I went and hung out with one of my new friends that I had met on the previous trip, like last weekend, where I had gone and just met a group of 17 people out in this random Airbnb in Key West. I knew one guy, the organizer, and dude, that was so much fun. Like, it was just the same thing of just me going out there and I'm saying, hey, my name's Brad. You know, this is me. So anyways, hung out with this friend, and they tell me, like, yo, like, I know this guy in commercial real estate. You should talk to them. Okay. Like, literally so blessed. Like, just beautiful. And even the next night, like, the guys wanted to go out again, and so they wanted to go to Space, and I'm like, okay, like, I'll go to Space, but realistically, like, I did not want to go to Space. I really did not want to go to Space. I was at a cookout with my friends, and I don't want to leave to go to space. But realistically, the time called, and it was still late. No, I don't even have a ticket at this point. I didn't even want to buy the ticket because I do not have $45 to spend on a space ticket. I can't do that right now, and so I kind of found a way to finesse it because I was hanging out with them in the line for so long that it was like kind of valid that I left at the time that I did. Like we tried to go into the guest list line and like we're just not getting in there. So like there's no point, but we still hung out there for like 10 minutes. I hang with them in the line for like a while and then I'm like, you know what? Let me just grab an Uber. So I grab an Uber and I don't even know what I did Sunday, bro. Oh gosh, what did I do Sunday? I know what I did Sunday, but I did also set up a meeting with one of the networking people. Oh, Sunday I like reached back out to all of the people that I met networking on Thursday, and I was like, hey, like we should talk again. And yeah, I mean it was successful. Like I set up all my book schedule calls for this week, so I had the one today, and then I had another one today. And then I have like one tomorrow. I got another the next day. And so basically, like I'm just setting up longer form conversations with everyone. I got one scheduled for next week, Friday, but I might have to change that because I gotta buy flights. Side note, I gotta go home. Oh, I'm going home. Also, I'm gonna take the camera with us. I'm gonna be out in Jersey, dirty Jersey. So meet the fam a little bit. But it's neither here nor there. So, anyways, I mean, Monday, Tuesday. What did I do Monday, Tuesday? Honestly, I had a whole lot of existential crises Monday, Tuesday. That's why they're blocking out of my mind. You know why? Because it's scary, dude. It's scary. Like, you think you're on top of the world, and then you think you're not. Like, life has so many ups and downs just day by day. Like, I mean, dude, I quit my freaking job in like the worst economy ever. But like I don't believe that. Like I believe that there are enough people that are doing enough things that I can connect with them and I can do something about it. Sometimes you have some off days, dude. Like sometimes weight of the world crashes in on you and you got to take care of yourself.